Good morning, sexy souls. How are you all doing? Welcome to Weird and Woo Woo. Alrighty. We are about to do the week ahead tarot reading. So pull up a seat and let's see if there's a message for you. Now, as a friendly reminder, you are a sovereign being over your entire life. That means you get to determine if, how, when, where, why any of these messages might apply. So whatever you do, don't Cinderella shit to make it fit. Oh, I forgot my ring. Sorry, I had left something. So, all right. Here we go. I'm hearing stay in consistent communication this week with your spiritual team, with your higher self, with your intuition. So if you feel like you haven't received something, or if you are just meandering through your day and you realize, oh, I haven't connected, like make it intentional to connect. It doesn't mean that you're going to receive something at that moment, but the intentionality of connecting with your spiritual aspect, your intuition keeps it online so that when something does need to come through, you know, it's keeping that line of communication open, basically, is what they're saying. So, I'm hearing the wind pick up outside. So it's not a windy day, but a gust just came through, and you know how you can hear the whoosh? I can't really mimic it. It's like whoosh, you know, kind of thing, and then it goes away, and you're like, so there is something about, there'll be some winds of change this week. Because when it was happening, they were like, the winds of change. I'm like, oh, aren't we dramatic? Cinematic? Just a moment. It's funny. They said when you are going through unprecedented times, you can expect unprecedented changes or a constant state of change. So, you know, the world right now is going through major shifts. And as a result, people will, at every level, micro, meso, macro, meta type of thing, we're going to experience those, they just said intimately. And so I feel like saying be accustomed to a lot of changes and fluidity in 2025. That's what I'm getting. Like the feeling of change, but it's like, I want to say what it doesn't feel like is like the rug being ripped out from underneath you necessarily. But I also feel like that's for those that are consciously remaining in a state of fluidity and allowance and going with the flow instead of feeling like there's a sense of don't anchor in and resist those winds of change. Just let it kind of like a seed pick you up and take you where it needs to go. For those that fight it, it will feel traumatic. Or it can. They correct me. It can. It's not like an automatic will, but you know. So, so we're going to just take a look at the change that's occurring right now and see what they have to say. I mean, that's what they're talking about for this week is the winds of change. Okay. So they've been, the Knight Sun Tarot has been looking at me, waiting for me to pick it up. Okay, it's like a sticky on it or something. It wouldn't go down. Always feel free to share in the comments how something resonates. I love hearing about it. But, you know. But I I feel like saying, but no one cares if it doesn't. So you can keep that shit to yourself because it's obviously not for everybody. But I love to see how readings end up playing out for others. How one reading can be applied in a multitude in ways that it can be expressed in someone's day-to-day life. So I do love to hear that. Well. The Chariot. Ooh, baby. Ten of Pentacles. Good God. What the fuck? These are good cards. Six of Wands. Oh. The funny thing is, these come out prior to the Death card, which, remember, the sky, while it can symbolize endings, it's about harvest as well. People use the sky to harvest their crops in the fall. Hold on, it's got something written on it. Oh, that's a whole other language. I'd have to Google that. Yeah, so it's like there's something with... Oh, baby. It is funny because I think that we assume, now this is a little bit like the reading before. We assume if something's ending, endings always kind of bring up this like there's a negative buildup, like sadness and destruction, and I think we get conditioned to believe that. We have immense positive things that lead up to this quote unquote ending and rebirth. The fact that the Death card talks about a rebirth, it's like there are going to be positive events that happen that close something out. I mean, like graduating from high school, it's an ending, but so many good positive things happen as a result. You know what I'm saying? That lead up to that. For some, it's an acceptance into a college and getting a scholarship, but the like positive events that lead up to an event that feels like it's an ending and a beginning simultaneously. This feels like it's trying to talk about both of those. So there's a positive event that I think is going to be occurring for some. There's events. Like, I feel like a bunch of little, like there's one moment. There's a bunch of little positive evolutions that happen leading up to something being shut down. And like, I feel an immediate birth, if that makes sense. So think of being a parent or becoming a parent. If it's your first child, the going into labor is literally is the equivalent of something ending. It being you and just you and only you, and you only being responsible for yourself, and you know what I'm saying? And then at the exact same time, a brand new beginning in your reality, a whole new world, right? We did have a reading last week about this new book is nothing like the old book, and that it's not like just a new chapter. It's a completely different book, totally and utterly different. It's hinting a little bit at that. It's got that same kind of flavor and air to it. We have the Chariot here, which is about things being perfectly in alignment. The idea with the Chariot is that the two horses or two sphinxes are heading in the same direction. Because if they try to go the opposite directions, you're not going anywhere. There's no movement and there will be no success. Things are perfectly in alignment. And so I want to say that what may have felt unmoving before now will feel exceptionally fast. And that's because in comparison, I think that there was such a stagnancy, such a lull, that it's going to feel very quick and rapid. It's successful. This is a successful change. This is successful. It's like successfully things aligning. And then the Ten of Pentacles really talks about, I do want to say this is going to be a long-term path. But it feels like it has aligned perfectly okay, there's three things to assist with. This is emotional, material, and family needs. There's something about that. So they're giving me how, with the Ten of Pentacles, it really hints at the family. And it being something that's positive, beautiful, and... I'm sorry, there was just a white bird outside. And it really wasn't... I think it might be an osprey. Looks like a hawk, but it's not because it's so white on the chest. Anyways, I'm gonna look that up. An osprey. Because the Ten of... Okay, it's so choppy. It's so fucking choppy. The Ten of Pentacles really talks about family. And it's the idea of things being in alignment for everybody that's involved. And I heard them say specifically family. There's an alignment for a long-term path. Some sense of longevity with this as well. And whatever aligns this week will impact the whole, like, I feel like the path forward, the emotional, material, and familial, all three aspects for this forward path, something happens this week. There's a transition, a change that impacts those. That almost, it doesn't, they correct me, not almost, it guarantees success in those areas. And you may have experienced, I think the lull might have been partly because of that, because it was like all three of these things have to align and have to be addressed in order for there to be forward movement. And so they're giving me emotional, material, and familial. Thank you. Because that was really, like, I worked for that shit for it to come out correctly. And then the Six of Wands is success. It took a lot for it to get here. You know, the Five of Wands, that's a battle-worn soldier. Like, the Six of Wands, he's coming in on his horse usually. It's taken a lot to get to this place, but you will be successful. And we have the major and minor arcana for success and victory on this. But it starts with alignment of certain aspects. So yeah, we're going to dive into what aligned, because I feel like that has everything to do with the winds of change, if that makes sense. And so it brings an ending and a new beginning in one, all at once. I want to say simultaneously. Okay. And it's as if you're embarking on the new path set before you. Page of Pentacles is, I don't feel so much something arriving or being offered to you. I think some people, you know, that can be true at times. This is just the new path in and of itself within your reality. Like they said, embarking and final embarkation. This is embarkation on that path. Okay, Lord, if we could just maybe not make it, because I feel like my voice stops every and I'm like, oh, it's irritating my soul right now. Irritating. Come on, Spirit. Oh, so we're going to use this. So I want to talk about first what aligns and what the winds of change are. That stayed in my hand. Four of Cups. again, you've been waiting for this. The 3 cups before you, the status quo, wasn't going to cut it. Wasn't going to get you what it is that you needed. So there's a proverbial cup that comes from the sky. I get a sense of boredom, not necessarily apathy. I would usually call the 4 of Cups, you know, a bit of an apathy card, but I get a sense of boredom in waiting for this cup. And I feel like somebody's been sitting there looking, like you're looking at the 3 cups before you and kind of like waiting for something to appear before you, like waiting for the 4th cup. Like, I can't really move. And they're telling me the 3 cups represent the emotional, material, and familial aspects that need to be taken care of. And it's like, I can't do anything. Like, I need these. And so until the 4th cup, which is this change, comes in. But somehow it sneaks up on you. That's what I'm getting, because generally speaking, there's a 4th cup that kind of like comes from the sky, but the person doesn't see it. They keep showing me the image in my head of the Rider-Waite version, where it's like behind them. So this probably comes in, oh, good Lord, I just heard Miley Cyrus, like a wrecking ball. And I'm like, oh my God, it's a surprise. It surprises you. It's like you're anticipating this and you're waiting for something, winds of change. But I don't know, again, you've gotten bored and so it surprises you. Something surprises you this week. Again, you know it's supposed to be coming, but you don't know exactly. There's hidden aspects to this. You don't know what they have up their sleeve. Lovers. 6 of Cups. I heard automatic no. So this is not a lover from the past. But it is a very pleasant choice. And Lovers really does talk about, sorry, I had another thing coming in. It does talk about things that are in alignment, something that comes in alignment. There's also usually like a, you know, like spirit has a hand in getting this together. And the thing, when I paused, I was thinking of the detour thing. Like there's a detour, something you've got to pick up. Hold on one second. So you've been waiting. Emotional, material, familial aspects are taken care of. Whatever it is, it gives you the power, is what they want to tell me, to make moves. They're giving me little snippets of songs. Cardi B's Money Moves. Good Lord. Like sometimes the more they give me, the more I'm like, that shit on me, okay. Like, are you just adding stuff in? Tell me about the High Priestess. Justice, 3 of Wands. Justice is coming in. Again, you knew, but you didn't know. The Spirit knew. If that makes sense. And this is going to make everything right. I feel like it puts you back in a powerful position. But that's what's coming in. You know, but you don't know. And I feel like saying it's going to make a lot of things right. Tell me about the Lovers. We'll get over here to this. I don't know why I didn't want to put it over here, but we'll get over here to that. Seriously. Good. Wow. 6 of Swords, 5 of Swords, 5 of Wands, Empress. To reach this place of alignment, there was a lot of alchemy and working through certain things. I feel like we've got both, there is a struggle with your desires and a struggle with your thoughts. Like, I feel like your thoughts were fighting your desires. Your thoughts were fighting your desires. And you had to work on that. Six of Swords is the alchemy card. It is a transition. There was a transitory period. That's what's coming in alignment. No. Okay. Well, shit. So your thoughts and your desires are now in alignment. They're not competing against each other. Your mind wants what you desire. Oh, fucking K. Okay. Well, shit. And that has put you in your Empress energy. And that pulls you into, now, I am going to mention, there is a high probability in the detour reading that there was a person you had to pick up. So this could be somebody within your soul family, like not just a soul tribe member, but somebody that you are meant to connect with. I heard lock in with, and then there was another reading. I feel like there's a little bit of everything there. I don't necessarily think that it's all a love reading, but they're taking me to a love reading for me to grab a chunk of it and be like, kind of like when we said this here. So in that one, there was a reservoir where your soul family. Okay, so we're going to go to, there's a movie or a show on Netflix, Sense8, and these 8 individuals were connected telepathically, energetically. They were a soul tribe and could pull from one another's energy, talents, the pool, right? They could reach in, who can help me? And they could sit out like a SOS, like, who can help me with this? And then the other person could come in and their energy and talents would inhabit and things. So like there's this pool, this reservoir of energy, right? So there's this person that you are meant to pick up. So whatever happens this week actually either gets you to where, because your mind and your desires are in alignment with one another now. And so therefore you can move forward on this. I feel like you were desiring one thing, your mind was saying, no, absolutely this, picking it apart, Virgo the shit like it's not even funny, over analyzing, and then like logicizing, because that's my term, logicizing some shit, and everything is in alignment. It's like your mind is not fighting your desires anymore. Your mind is like, yeah, that is the best thing for us. Whoa, that is the best thing. How did it fucking go from, that's the alchemy, that's the Six of Swords, that's some work that was done. Your mind's in agreement. It places you in this Empress energy. Again, Death card. Now this can happen. You can give birth to something. You can finally embark on this path that you're supposed to embark on. So the winds of change, I get it, and the Chariot is about forward movement, right? The winds of change are, you are actually taking and making steps. You are actually embarking, not just the idea of it, or maybe it is, or sitting and looking for it, because the Four of Cups, it shows up finally, and you actually take steps on this. So there's an event that's going to happen this week. And again, there's a lot of positive energy, okay? And so you may encounter a multitude of, like, you know how like popcorn, like pop, 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 like popcorn in a pot, you know, like a lot of little things popping off. You might encounter a lot of positive, like just in your day-to-day. It's not so much leading up to this one change, this event that happens. There's a lot of little things that's happening, and it's like, in isolation, one of those wouldn't necessarily be much, but there's like a bunch. It's percolating. There we go. Pop, 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 pop. Like it's percolating. And you're like, and you notice there's a bunch of these little, like, dang. Like that's kind of feeling good. A lot of little things happening. And then this event happens. Whatever it is, and I did mention before that there would be like a lot of positive events and then something would happen. In another reading, again, on this one though, like that one had a lot of love. And even though we have the lovers, I keep getting not necessarily for everybody that this one is like a life partner. Well, it'd be a life partner. It'd be a lifer. Like this is soul family. There's an individual that you're meant to come into connection with, right? And the way in which that might happen is it could literally just be somebody reaching out to you, connecting with you. It could be a DM. It could be a phone call. It could be a meeting at a coffee shop. It could just, whatever it is, right? But it doesn't mean that like immediately you're going to know that your whole life has changed. Although I do think that you're going to immediately feel this embarkation. Like you're going to know that you're moving forward. Because it also feels like there's things percolating before and a lot of things popping off after. And it's like there's momentum, it's undeniable, right? Evidence. It really, life feels really good and pleasurable after something comes together. So you're in alignment, but there's also a union of sorts, an alignment of sorts. That's what this event is. And Six of Cups is childlike wonder, happiness, joy, contentment, enjoyment of all the little things in life. There's a lot of little things. Like, life is just going to get sweet, real sweet. I'm not saying somebody can't experience fireworks when they cross paths. I'm just saying it is such a fucking surprise. Like, this is like, I'm waiting, I'm looking, where is it, da-da-da, and that shit just comes up from behind. And you're like, oh. It is the tip-off to the embarkation. They're showing me, you know how when boats are about to embark, and somebody like slaps a champagne bottle on the boat? Like, it's like that. It's like it's a moment when you know that things are now embarking. And I guess that's for like a new boat usually. But this is a new path. Okay, so let's bring this in. Something absolutely does come in. I want to know more about the Two of Wands. And then it's like that you have the power to take action. So that's why I feel like there's something about this event that feeds you energetically, like the Empress, to be able to, I can't help but feel like, and I know we get, like, sometimes it's like, you get sick and tired of the woo-woo stuff, you know, like the why's it gotta sound so fucking woo-woo, but we all know what it's like to exist in one kind of energy, and all of a sudden, I don't know what the fuck happened, I don't know what the moment was when things changed, but like my internal, my drive, motivation, sense of joy, like everything just feels so good, and all it does is amplify good shit happening. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's fuel. And so this Two of Wands is taking action towards a thing that you desire. It's also the choice, right, of a desire. But when they give me the Strength card, they're giving me power with it. Okay, we're going to do Secret Tarot. Okay, I need to know what this Lovers / Death card. This birth or this coming together that's external to you. It's like there is an internal coming together, and so now there's an external coming together. I want to know about the event, the main event. Let's talk about the main event. Okay, Hermit. King of Swords. Again, the BDE authority, sense of authority, know how, getting shit done energy. I don't know why that's like the Three of Swords. This King of Swords is facing the Hermit. And as much as I wanted to be like, oh, you've been in isolation, some bullshit like that, this Hermit has everything to do with the King of Swords. This King of Swords is making moves from their own guidance. Does that make sense? So it's like there's something internally that's guiding them. Like I heard, go your journeys, go your own way. I think it's journey. It's their own light, their own instinct, their own intuitiveness that is guiding them to. And again, I keep getting this sense of authority, this knowing, this assuredness, this level of confidence in doing such. And with the Three of Swords, what they're giving me is there's this energy of the Two of Swords where like there's two truths and it might be somewhere in the middle. And this one has like a whole third sword over top of it, and it's the one that's pointing up. And it's almost as if somebody or something was looking at different aspects of what is or isn't true. And someone was confused about the truth. Now, I know that your mind was fighting your desire a little bit or a lot, and then at some point something transitioned, and now your mind and your desires are in alignment. I think somebody came to the conclusion that whatever thoughts or truths they were pondering and was in direct conflict with their desires, they realized there's that neither of those were really the truth, right? It crossed. And so they went seeking further and found it's not either one of these. There is a third. Like the representation is whatever you were contemplating that was fighting your desires, you've come to find those aren't even true, or they're not true in totality, and you may not know everything about it, but you did come into some kind of truth. And that's where the alignment happened. So you may still have other aspects that don't seem so assured or understood, but this one truth trumps it all is what I want to say. And while the Three of Swords can talk about separation and grief, I feel as if that's a past energy. Like there's some kind of understanding or knowing that you have evolved into or developed or downloaded or come to, that because it trumps the other things that brought all kinds of questions in, it's like I feel like this one thing is enough to shut up all those other things. And while those other things are still maybe questions to ponder or things that you aren't quite sure or aware of, there's something about this knowingness that eliminates, again, they keep saying it trumps all the other doubts, all the other questions, all the other insecurities or things that you might not be sure of. And so it in and of itself. And so the questioning, the doubting, the back and forth, and your mind stopping you from acting on your desires is what kept you in that grief, is what kept you in the sense of separation from, it kept you from what you wanted. There's now forward movement as a result. So you very well may be the King of Swords, because I said there's something of like a knowingness and assuredness. So whatever truth you've come into, or whatever unknown factor is absolutely known now, like with all the other questions that could be, that could create division, this one thing brought that shit together. You've come into an understanding, an idea, a truth that you're like, oh, 100%. And this one, and it aligns with, again, the Hermit is your internal light, the King of Swords' internal light. And this assuredness, this confidence, this knowingness is allowing you to make decisions and take action, whereas before you couldn't. So that's the type of alignment. They needed you to be in a place, and that's why there's forward movement. Like the Chariot, it feels sudden, but it's rapid. It's very rapid. And as a result, material, emotional, and familial aspects get taken care of. So they really I wanted to ask about the event, but they're trying to really explain what happened. They want you to know what happened that got things into alignment, that then gets it to this place. Because the Eight of Pentacles talks about, is all about honing in and moving forward and making progress. And the Knight of Swords is the 180. That is the change. The Knight of Swords is the Death card. Okay. But funny enough, this feels like there's events and little things that are happening all around you that are very positive. And all the little positive things don't seem related to one another. You know what I mean? It's not like but overall, all these little things add up to one big thing, which is positive change. Like noticing all these little things happening, you're like, damn, things are really good, right? Like it's really good when a bunch of little stuff in all kinds of areas of life and aspects happens. Like it's nice, it's noticeable. I like this. And then something. Knight of Swords. Okay, so tell me, we want to know about this. Knight of Swords and the Death card. I really want to know about this. Because, shit. Where you once were confused. Again, Seven of Wands. I know what I want. I know what I desire. I know what I deserve. And I'm going to go after it. There's a level of confidence. Seven of Wands is fucking confident when I fucking tell you. And so, and then that's when the fucking Tower happens. Jesus, Lord have mercy. I feel like I'm in church. Okay. Tower, that's total utter change. A change that was always meant to happen. And it does bring an end to something. And it changes the energy of everything. Remember I told you, it's like there's an energy, like you're pulling from some kind of energy. It's fueling you. You're the Empress now. You can, I would say this is the time that you are embarking on something. You can make whatever you want to happen. You can make shit. You can give birth to this new life. But there's an energy with the Empress that's mingling with the Magician that I'm feeling, where you can like now you can manifest. It expands. There's movement. The World is a major arcana to, it's the same as the Death card. It is the end and the beginning, right? You go from the World back to the Fool, like end of one cycle. Like there's a point this week that is the point. You know how like maps will show, like if you're Googling kind of like some kind of like address, and there'll be a pinpoint. And there's a moment this week that is the pinpoint that you would like point to, and like that's where this ended, this began. There may be movement, connection. I'm getting I am getting between the Wheel of Fortune and the World. Like whatever is happening before this event feels like a bunch of good little things, and I think some more pronounced positive events will happen after this pinpoint moment. Tower does talk about being fated. It does include spirit. Spirit is deeply involved in this. What is the event though? I feel like we're dancing around it. We're dancing around the event. I'd like to know what the fucking event is, if you don't mind. We're gonna pull, look at y'all. Short arms coming through. Okay. What's the event? And then I'll leave you alone. Come on, just tell me the event. Like well, we know there's a detour / connection that comes into play. Okay, right? Look at how fast that shit came out. Oh, oh. Okay. Okay. I didn't mean to squeal so much. Queen of Swords can see everything. She has a view unlike others. She can conceptualize and see how something is going to unfold, understands the steps, sees the greater picture of something. Emperor is not you. So again, a sense of, and I wasn't wrong, there's like a sense of, I just feel like there's a right person for something. I need to understand. Give me a second. What is this pinpoint event that's happening this week? Oh, wow. Again, the Queen of Swords. It's like the Emperor is coming towards the Queen of Swords. And it's like she knows this, but she doesn't, right? Because she can see, it's like being a chess player. You can see all the moves, and you can almost know how the opponent will do it, but you never know 100%, right? I'm seeing the Gambit. This is called the Gambit. That movie. And he is coming in from behind. So she sees all the potentialities, all the possibilities, and as a result, she knows for certain something's going to happen, but she doesn't know how. And the Emperor comes in. So there is an individual. There's like the approach is the thing that you lack, because the idea of the Queen of Swords is all earthly knowledge. But since Spirit is so fucking up in this thing, there's an aspect that you just don't see. Again, we got that with the High Priestess, like you know, but you don't know. Like everything's aligning. You see it. The writing's on the wall. You know, but you don't know which way they're going to choose to come in. It's like you can see all the potential ways. You just don't know which one they're going to choose. The Two of Pentacles feels like two people putting their pentacles together. Like this would also be like equally yoked individuals. While this one presents as the Emperor, it's only because whoever I'm reading for is currently just really deeply enmeshed in their Queen of Swords energy. But we already know she's an Empress. It's already been established. So this is a reminder, while you are immersed right now in needing to utilize your Queen of Swords energy, okay, because you've been sitting and waiting, you're looking, you're scanning, you're like, you know, Four of Cups, you're waiting for that proverbial cup to come out. You know it's coming. You know it's on its way. You just don't know how. And then the Emperor approaches kind of like from behind. And so this is almost like two pentacles. And the idea of the Two of Pentacles is being able to take that next step on a path. Page of Pentacles, embarkation, right? So the Ace of Pentacles is the seed, is the beginning of something, but the Two of Pentacles really talks about taking the next step, finding what that is and following that path, or diverting onto a different path. It's the choice in forward movement. And there's something important and pertinent about this person playing a factor in this forward movement. Now, the two fastest, you have no fucking clue how quickly things are going to change after. Again, I feel like you're walking through this week and you're seeing a bunch of little things and you're like, oh, I like a bit. You know, like there's, you know, nothing huge and monumental, but lots of little good things happening. And like, I want to say like things that it's like, oh, this got taken care of. And this, like, lots of little lucky little somethings, you know, nothing really looks, like it goes together. So nothing seems related other than the fact there's a bunch of lucky little things coming. And that's because this motherfucker's approaching. Their energy is encroaching on your energy. Like to the point that this path, for a lot of you, they're like, there are some that will encounter someone in the coming weeks, but there's a lot that I'm reading for that are going to cross paths with somebody. Only I feel like it's something that the Emperor does that actually makes your paths cross. Because the Queen of Swords isn't taking any action right now. Four of Cups. I'm looking at what is, and I'm trying to figure out where's the other cup for leverage? Like how is this going to move forward? And it just comes in. Oh my God, they said it again, like a wrecking ball. And I'm like, what? We do have the Tower, so this is going to be very shocking. But not the kind that it's like, again, no rug being pulled out, not traumatic. It's just like, oh. And I don't know why I feel like you might even feel either in your heart or like in your body, like a zap, like a jolt of energy. Because we're the Knight of Wands and the Eight of Wands. So what they're indicating is, and I want to say whoever this Empress is also the High Priestess. It's the second time the High Priestess has come out. And this is probably the most irritating thing, to know something without knowing something as a High Priestess. To know that what has been revealed and what you've seen is like a gist of what is happening, but the details can always be malleable because we are in a world that includes free will. And so, you know, what it looks like here, it's like getting a message and then like, oh, that sounds great, but how's that gonna, like, you can't even fathom how something's gonna pan out in this existence. You know what I'm saying? And so Knight of Fire, we have, or Knight of Wands, we have a person. So this person shows up fast. Like, it's shocking how cool, like, and there's this, again, another sense of assuredness, knowingness. So both of you all might be, it's funny because the Emperor definitely had, is the King of Swords. But I could also see the King of Swords. They gave me dual meanings with the King of Swords and the Hermit, right? And so it's like there's a lot going on between the two of you where there's this like mirroring that's happening. I don't think that you're aware of it. I really don't think that you're 4 cups. You're like, I don't fucking see nothing. Knight of Wands comes in because the Knight of Wands, I feel like spots. Like there's just something about what the Emperor does that there's quick movement towards you. Whatever they do, it may seem impulsive, and that's just the shocking value of it, but it's not impulsive. There's a lack of hesitancy there. Remember I said there's this assuredness, this knowingness, this, you know what I mean, about the King of Swords. And so it's like there's zero resistance and zero hesitancy. That's what I wanted, the word I was looking for. And so, and literally the Knight of Wands says a sudden event that needs attention. And the two of Pentacles is one of making a decision, needing to make a decision. So this is going to be fast approaching. And on the other side, once this shows up to the High Priestess, we have the 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands is another that I say is we have all three of the cards that could be interpreted as exceptionally fast moving, rapid. And then some people, I don't agree with them, consider the Knight of Swords the fastest card. And I'm like, it is a 180. It will feel like permanent, irrevocable change. But some people think that the Knight of Swords. So Spirit was like, let me just put it out here. I'm gonna put every fucking fast moving, rushing, holy shit kind of whatever energy. We got the Chariot, we have the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Wands, and the 8 of Wands. When I tell you on a dime, something's happening this week. There's an event that is like, boom. There's an ending and beginning so massively, like it's giving birth. It is as soon as that baby's out, one life is done, a new one is beginning, because you are not the same after that. And that's what this is. So this individual does something that brings them into your world. And I feel like it's the I see you, you see me kind of encounter where it's like there's an acknowledgement. It's not like, oh, the Knight of Swords, or not Knight of Swords, listen to me. The King of Swords sees the Queen of Swords, but the Queen of Swords doesn't see it. No. Remember the zap? I said there's like a zap in the heart. That happens. And it's like, oh, it's begun. And all the visible progress that you want to see becomes evident in your reality. Like, it's kind of the idea of knowing that like things are moving towards something, and it's like an artist who knows that there's everything that they do adds to their success one day. And then one day they have the success. And we had 2 victory cards, the Chariot and the 6 of Wands. It feels as if your spirit team has been waiting for this shit to happen. I feel like you've been waiting, even though you didn't know what the fuck you was waiting for exactly. You did, but you didn't. For this to happen. But there's something about once it does, that's when some of the bigger shit starts happening. And what I want to say is when you come into alignment, not just energetically with your soul tribe, but in your life, or not soul tribe, but your soul family. That's different. That's a smaller circle. You all operate from a shared, oh my God, I just saw 2 blue jays. This is a soulmate of some form, a soul connection. You all have a soul bond, a soul contract. And there's something that the 2 of you coming together, and I want to say we did have the longevity. So this isn't like somebody comes in to initiate or ignite something. This person's going to be a permanent figure in your life, whether it's the bestest friend in the possible world, a business partner, or a lover. Shit changes. And the ignition point of when I see you, you see me, and we can acknowledge each other in the 3D happens this week. Good God. Thank you. Okay. Okay. And when I tell you, events will move after this coming together. Okay. After this coming together. Because look, in this particular High Priestess, that book is wide the fuck open. Because the last piece of information you didn't have, like how it exactly is this going to happen? Like, you know all the scenarios. You're the Queen of Swords. You're in it. You're like, I can see every single way, but I don't know which way they're going to choose. And then it shows up, and now you've got every piece of information. You're like, oh, yeah. Everything is revealed to you. All the shit, like, there was a lot of things that were withheld. And I feel like you've come into knowing a lot of stuff, but there's still that one element you don't know. And as soon as this whole fucking thing happens, everything is with it. You know, you've got every piece of detail for what's happening right now, this embarkation. Like, you're like, I see it clearly now. I got it. And yeah, and you embark, and it happens rapidly. Like, there's no like, oh yay, we whoosh, on the, you know, side of the boat, and then we get on the boat and we chill for no, like, it's like, okay, get on guys, let's go. And you literally leave right then. Like, when I say movement starts happening on this new path, this new book, everything, it happens. And larger promising things begin to happen. So all that stuff that's been percolating and these nice little things that happen and this happens and da-da-da-da. And it's like, oh, look. And then poof, this event happens, and then wow. Like, the level of more significant positive events start to happen. It's a lot. We had the World card. Guys, it's a lot. And when I say Wheel of Fortune, it's like there's something that it pivots you. Knight of Swords. This pinpoint moment pivots you into everything good. Yeah. And it's like from that moment forward, it is forward movement. You know what I mean? It's no longer the 7 of Pentacles where you're waiting, you know, you're waiting. No. Boom. Forward movement, period. So, alrighty. That's really fucking good. I really like it. And I swear to y'all better come and be telling me what's happening. Because this shit's exciting. And like, my brain's like, oh, there's so many ways that this could happen for somebody. And I'm like, I'm really into this. So I hope this finds who it is meant for. If it is not yours right now, again, you have to use your own discernment. But I think the percolating of all these little nice little positive events is going to be your indicator that it's for you. If you start to experience this as soon as you either you already have this week, you know, like starting over the weekend, or if it starts as soon as after, like a bunch of little nice little, like, oh, that was easy, oh, like little bits of good luck, things going your way, and you're like, oh, how nice, like, uh-oh, that reading was for me. So that's the indicator. That's why they wanted to go through that. Okay. All right. Well, I hope the message finds whoever it's meant for. I hope you have a fantastic, fabulous day, and I'll see you at the next read.